你好，欢迎回到熊猫杯工作室。我的名字是赤壁，今天我们将谈论彩叶。你准备好了吗？我们走吧。好的，就像我之前说的，今天我们将讨论锦紫苏植物。首先，我们将改变我身后植物的土壤，因为它做得不太好。吹用的是廉价的土壤，现在它病了，我们将给它新的土壤，同时去除一些多余的茎。我们还将修剪绿色的锦紫苏。你可以看到这里已经失控了。好的，我先让吹为您提供所有植物护理信息，然后我们将开始处理我们的植物。
Alright. I might have to let you do all the openings on the videos, my boy. You killing it.
谢谢。
Let's get into these tips. With the Coleus, any one of your favorite brands' basic soil mixture will work for this plant. Keep it simple. As for watering, you want to keep the soil damp to the touch. I know most of my Coleuses that I've had in the past, anytime I let them dry out, they get real dramatic. The leaves start to fall off. You're going to get regular leaf droppage anyway, but when you let the soil get too dry, they get really dramatic. So if I were you, personally, I would keep the soil damp to the touch. When it comes to lighting, my Coleuses are now inside. I had one outside that was really loving the sun. You'll notice some like bright indirect lighting, some love full sun. You'll just have to, kind of hit and miss and see which ones do. It'll let you know immediately, trust me. But yeah, these are pretty greedy plants. So you can fertilize these regularly if you want. You can add a slow release fertilizer in it. Or you can do as I do and use the Alaska fish fertilizer each time you water your plants. Like I said earlier, you can keep these indoor or outdoor. I had one outdoor that was doing really well, but the ants made a bed out of it, and they started bringing all this other stuff inside and eventually killed my plant. So I always keep them indoor now. If you have kids, if you have pets, remember that this plant is mildly toxic, so you want to be careful that they're not chewing on the leaves or anything. And when it comes to repotting, these plants grow pretty quick, so just be mindful. You can let it pack the pot, but they'll get huge, and the bigger the pot, the bigger the plant. All right, so let's get this first plant downstairs and get into the video. All right, so we got the plant downstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and get my trusty blue sheet and get to repotting this thing. Remember, this Coleus, we potted it with the soil that we got from the dollar store, or Family Dollar. And I was just testing it out, just trying to, see if I could cut some corners, just to see if the that particular soil is any better or the same versus, the Kellogg's that I use or Miracle Grow or any other soil. But clearly you can see doesn't work. There was probably no nutrients in it. It barely grows. And I watered it just the same as the one upstairs. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get this repotted and prune it down. I'm going to take the tops off, take all these off on the side, and bring it in, and then hopefully it'll get back bushy and get back dark and look way better than it is. And I'll give you guys an update on this. Probably within about, 2 weeks. We'll give it about 2 weeks to see what it looks like afterwards. That should be enough time to see if it's going to bounce back thoroughly or not. But other than that, let's get into this video. Yes, sir. Alrighty. Got my trusted blue sheet down. Let's go ahead and get it. You can see all these dead fallen leaves. One thing you're going to notice, this is a very thirsty plant, man. If you have a Coleus, it's a very, very thirsty plant. You want to keep the soil moist at all times. I know people say let it, get the little dry out period in between, but I noticed when I let this thing dry out in between, it really gets really dramatic, like really dramatic. So if I were you, I would probably just, keep it moist. I water this thing probably, well, the other one up top, not this clearly. Even though I was watering it, the soil is just trash. But the one that's doing really well up top, I water it with a water bottle, that Gatorade bottle, probably every 2 days or so. I'll fill it up halfway, and I just go around the whole plant about every 2 days, every other day or so, just to keep the soil moist. I don't flood it out with water. I just fill it up the bottle about halfway, and I just go around the plant just to make sure I keep the soil damp and whatnot. And it does well. But I noticed once I let it dry out, it gets really dramatic. So yeah. But I did let the soil dry out on this, simply so I can just pop it out just like that. If you let the soil dry out before you change your plants, it's easier to change them. You can just pop it right out. So yeah, man, you can see the soil is pretty bad. Not a lot of roots. You just want to break this all out and yeah, get it back into some better soil. Kellogg's the one that I'm using. You don't have to use Kellogg's. I'm not being sponsored by them. It's just that's who I'm using. Miracle Grow works probably just as well, but I find Kellogg to be a little cheaper. A lot cheaper, actually, about $2, depending on what size you're getting. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this out. I'm not going to take it completely off. I'll break all it down. I'm gonna leave some just so it'll hold the base in place. But pretty much all of that is going to go. We'll sit that there. Actually, I have another bucket here, another pot. I'll be sitting in that for now. I'm not going to put it in that pot. I'm going to put it in back into this one. We just want to get this cleaned up and get some new soil in this, and we'll go ahead and start to the pot. Give me 1 second to get this mess cleaned up. And as always, you want to put some down at the bottom first, and then once you get your plant in, you can put some more on the top of it. But being that root system on that plant is not particularly, doesn't have a lot of roots on it, I can go a little higher this time. But I'm assuming the roots weren't that well on that plant because of that bad soil. But you can see here, this is a lot better. It has compost, it has worm caches and all of that stuff, so should be a lot better than that Family Dollar mixed. Alright, got my mess cleaned up, got my pot halfway filled with more soil, extra soil, got my plant, and we're just gonna sit down for a second, get the plant out. Get it. Probably could have went a little deeper. Actually, that's pretty good. Just about perfect. Create a little hole down in there. Sit it in. And yeah, man, we're good. Just like that. Get your extra soil. Come around inside. Toss it in. Just want to move it around. Be a little rough with this plant right now, but a lot of these branches on the side are going to come off, so I'm not really worried about it. And I'm going to get some more soil, fill it up, and yeah, man. Need about one more container of soil to go around that, and then we'll be get to the pruning part. Just want to make sure it's even all the way around. Pat it down just to make sure it's snug. And yeah, we're good. We're good to go. We'll water it down. A little trusty Gatorade bottle. and get this thing pruned, man. This thing is crazy right now. Not sure where I want to prune it, but I know I'm gonna, well actually I'm lying. I do know that I want to prune it, but I don't want to prune it down too much. We're definitely going to start with the tops, and we're going to go around the sides, and we're just going to bring it in. After I prune it down, then I'm going to water it really good, and we're going to get it back up in its place, and we're going to go upstairs and prune the other one as well. So yeah, we're going to start with this one. Go over here to this. Get that little one out the way. That one. Definitely that one. We can go about right here. Go cut this here. Bring that in. That. And this thing here is leaning over. Let's see if I could train it to sit over this way. I would leave it, but it's kind of leaning over. What do you think? I don't know. I'll leave it on for now. This long extended one, let's cut that there. This thing is hanging down, let's cut that one. Looks like I cut that one by accident. What do you think? Keep the wide angle. Probably need to trim some on the left side a little bit. Can't really tell because there's no real leaves on it. But I think I'm gonna let those long ones hang out up there at the top. See if I can get some leaves on them or whatever. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I like all of my plants to kind of look wild. I don't like the super tamed prune look. So I don't know if I'm gonna cut too much more off, but I know it needed some cut off because it just wasn't thriving well in that bad soil and probably didn't have any real energy to direct to anything. So that's probably why, you know, some plants, some of the parts are growing and the other parts doesn't have any leaves on it, like this section right here or whatever. So I don't know. Should I cut these tips off or should I leave them? What do you think, buddy?
在我看来很好。
All right, appreciate you.
冷冻。
Let's go ahead and get upstairs. You see here, we're gonna go ahead and prune her down too. Should have did it in the last video, being that it video's all about pruning or whatever, but I didn't know exactly if I really wanted to cut it down or not, but she definitely needs to be cut down. So we'll go ahead and start, you know, snipping away. You can see how far it extends out from the plant. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this here. I hate to do this. I really didn't want to prune this plant down, but I really want to make it more bushy. You can see it's all bushy in here, but these long branches are sticking out and they're just kind of dangling all over the place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this contained. And cut that there. Cut that one there. And no, I'm not going to propagate any of this stuff. It's going in the trash, unfortunately. And we can clip that one. Clip this one. Clip this little baby one here. Gonna let that one hang. Spin it around. Let's see what else. Definitely gonna get that one down there. And let's go ahead and get that one. Any of you guys like me hate cutting your plants, but it needs it. It really does. Now I can see the full base of it. Finally. A lot more tamed. Yeah. Let's get these right here sticking out too, might as well. Yep. Get that one down there too. That looks a lot better actually. Now it'll really get bushy. Man, I did not want to cut that. I did not want to cut this plant, but I'm gonna see how it does now. You can see here I have the support beams here. Probably should put it out and see. Probably should cut the tip of this too, because it's actually putting this plant down. Yeah, let's cut this off. You can see here, this is holding this up, and we'll cut that off too. Yeah, man, I like that better. Yeah. I don't know, it looks pretty good. What do you think, guys? Nice little trim. Everything is tucked in now. And we'll see how it does in a couple weeks. You want to do the close out today, bud?
当然，为什么不？
Take off.
好吧，伙计们，感谢您观看熊猫杯工作室的另一个植物护理视频。如果您还没有，请喜欢并订阅该频道。在下面的描述中找到我们所有的社交媒体。另外，请访问我们的网站，我们有很多好商品。直到下一次，伙计们，和平。